Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of this introduction. In the first lecture, we discussed what the objectives were, which were really about importing, and we're going to practice importing information into those programs we discussed earlier in the first lecture. Okay, so we're going to look at how we import data from the programs we earlier discussed. And we're going to import into Microsoft Excel. That's sort of the first thing we're going to do. So let's do that. So typically what you would get is, some information given to you in a text file, as earlier discussed. And here we are. This is some information, description, color, price, that the examiner wants you to play with, maybe do some calculations, and this is the information. So typically what you should always do is save this information on your desktop, yes, so that, well, you could leave it in the file, but typically these are zipped files. So typically what you want to do is you want to save this information. So I'm just going to copy. I just right-clicked there, right-click your mouse, press copy, and if I go onto my desktop, I can press paste. So I have the information right there on my desktop. So let's go now to Microsoft Excel. Yes, here we are. This is just opening up. So what I'm doing here again, yes, even though it feels as though I'm repeating myself, yes, is to bring information in from that text file into Microsoft Excel. So Microsoft Excel is, if you like, is a program where we can play with data, add numbers together, and we'll talk about Excel later on. But let's just get that data in first. And where do we go? Where we go to do this, we go to data. Yes, data. Right here at the top, we go to data. And you can see here, underneath right here, it says get external data. And it tells you there's a range of places you can get this data from, right? And we're interested in getting it from a text file. You can see you could get it from Access, which is Microsoft databases. So the key point really here is, you see here that it says you can actually get data from a range of other sources. But your syllabus is really only interested in getting data from your text file and possibly from Microsoft Access. So let's get this data from the text file. When we click on text, you can see it tells us where do you want to go and get that data from. So wherever you've stored that data, I've stored mine on the desktop. And what I do is I go to desktop, and then I go to, you can see that's my file, my text file, flowers text. Click on it, and you can see it's asking me to now bring it in. Yes, so you can see here that this is information that is separated by commas. Yes, it's telling you, yes, I want to start the import at row 1. Yes, and you pretty much move on, click on next. Yes, this data is separated by commas, so I'm going to click on the commas, and you can see it's already dividing and splitting that information up for me. And then I click next again. Yes, and yes, it's all general information. Yes, that's pretty much what's going on, and I click finish. And then it asks me, where do I want this information to start? You see, right now it's my mouse must have been here. That's why this is showing, right, L15. You see this L15? It's right here, but I don't want it. I want it to start from here. Yes, so I want it to start right all the way up here. You might want it to start on a new worksheet, but just put it in here. That's where you want that information to start, and click OK. You can see, and now that information that was in my text file has been fed into my Excel file. Yes, so please play with this again. All you have to do is just rewind it to look at the process by which I've imported information from a text file into an Excel file. And from here you can start, the question will go on and ask you to either, I don't know, multiply some of the cells. But the key, very first task you'll need to be comfortable with is to be able to bring in the information into your Microsoft Excel file. Okay, great stuff. And I will see you in the very next lecture. Thank you.